Check it. Alright guys, what is up? In this video, I got an AMC and APE technical analysis and fundamental analysis update for you. I talk about and revisit my theory on why AMC can potentially reach all-time highs. I also go over that in more detail. I also go over a bullish article that came out about AMC where AI predicts the end of year and mid-year stock price. And again, we don't trust the mainstream media, but we do take multiple data points, put them together, and create our thesis using multiple layers of validation to check each data point, which is an extremely intelligent way of deciding which way price action is going to go and what's going on behind the scenes with AMC stock. With that being said, let's go ahead and check out the charts, the fundamental data, and see what we have going on. Guys, what is up? We are back for another AMC and APE stock video, and in this stock I'm going to be talking about some bullish news that came out in an article. We're seeing a ton of bullish articles come out about AMC stock. Not that we trust the mainstream media, but it's a data point, and we take particular data points and put them all together to get an overall picture of what's going on with the stock. And we have a bullish article right here. AI predicts AMC stock price for the end of 2023, and we also have a lot of bullish activity in the call options chain. So if you look at the open interest, you can see that the $15 strike and the $11 strike has a ton of open interest in it, which is extremely bullish for AMC stock. So we're going to be talking about that and other fundamental data and the technical analysis in this video. So first I'm going to start off with the technical analysis for AMC and APE. And if you want to see more, you can check out Friday's video where I talk about basically a deep dive in the technical analysis and what I'm looking at for this upcoming week and give my weekly predictions. I will drop that link down in the comments and in the description. But let's go ahead and do some basic technical analysis, give you guys an overlay of what's going on, why I'm bullish on AMC stock, and then talk about the bullish fundamentals. So as you guys can see, we have this huge cup and handle possibly forming here if we stay on this overall uptrend right here. That's been several days. This is a several day uptrend. Right now we're on the 4-hour time frame, as you guys can see up here, 4-hour time frame, and each one of these gray or white boxes is the pre-market, and then the dark boxes is the after hours. So you can see this has been a several day uptrend that we have on this red uptrend trend line, and as you guys can see, we bounced off of it very nicely and we are maintaining this uptrend. I do expect maybe Monday to have like a little bit of pullback, retest the trend, and then come back to the upside. So if we were to do that, you would see it pull back maybe to about, let's see, 650, about 625. So that 625 support would come into play. There's a huge support at $6.25, $6, and then $5.90. As you guys can see, we basically had 4 bottoms off of that. We had 1, 2, 3, and then a 4th bottom where we just got an extreme bounce off of it. It doesn't seem like we're going back under $5 or even $6 back under 550, and it looks extremely bullish from here. We're going to push up probably to this golden zone, retest this $8.50 local high. Probably next week. I am expecting that. We will see what happens, and I'll cover each development as we go. But if we stay in this uptrend and maintain this uptrend, we will see that cup and handle form on the bigger time frames, on the daily and the 4-hour time frames. And if we see that form, this final handle of the cup, so this would be the cup, and then it would form the handle right here, you could see a massive breakout to the golden zone. And then once we get past the golden zone, I call it that because there's little support and resistance there. There's a lot of support and resistance there, but once we get past it, we see a lot of volatility. As you guys can see, we get large candles to the upside every time we get past that zone. So once we get past that zone, things could get very, very crazy, very, very fast. And I just dropped a video on why I think we could reach all-time highs between the FTDs, the cost to borrow, us being on the threshold list for over 21 days. As you guys can see, as of the last trading day, 3/3, we're still on the threshold security list. So I think it's 21 days that we have been on this. GME has been on the security list for 30 days before it went to 500. So that's why it's extremely bullish for AMC. And it does get to a breaking point. Some people just say, hey, they can manipulate it or they can hide the FTDs. It gets to a point where it gets too crazy and they have to do something about it. And if you look at the FTDs, the reason why I said we could easily reach all-time highs is because the technicals, the bullish technical of the 2-year downtrend breakout. As you guys can see, we're on a uptrend now, so I said about that in the video. Then we have more FTDs. We have more legitimate short interest reported by the legal short interest. So we have way more short interest. So it's looking extremely bullish for that. It's even higher than when we ran up to 72 or 44 on some charts because of the stock split, or whatever the case may be. I don't want to argue about that, but some charts say 44, but some people say 72. But I'm just going to say 44 for time's sake. So for the recent run up of 44, we have more short interest. So we have more short interest reported since that run up. We also have way more FTDs. This is the FTD in chart form. The yellow line is the price, and the FTDs here are the bars. As you guys can see, we have way more FTDs than last time. And every time these FTDs pile up, you guys can see we have runs. So we have a run here, and we have a run here because of these FTDs. And now look at them just piling up, creating so much buying pressure. And if you see, we have FTDs due because of the T+35 closeout date. And that is a part of the reason why we're seeing this price action to the upside lately. And as you guys can see, we have FTDs due all through the basically month of March up to 3/17. We have the data for, and we have FTDs coming due basically almost every single day up until then. Things are gonna get crazy for AMC stock, and these are part of the reasons why I said we could easily reach all-time highs for AMC stock. Also, if you take the breakout point for the falling wedge, so if you just do simple and technical analysis, you guys can take the pole for the falling wedge that we have the technical breakout of, that we broke out of, and as you guys can see, it puts us a little around all-time highs. And once we get to all-time highs, once we get past that, things could get very, very crazy, very, very fast, because we're up in the crazy zone where they don't want us. And I think this thing could easily go to 100, 140, and then once we're at those levels, you know, the sky is the limit. I'm not saying where this thing could go because I don't want to cause, you know, issues or anything like that, but guys, things could get crazy fast. That's all you need to really know. So the technicals are looking extremely good for AMC, extremely bullish. As you guys can see, we have the Bollinger Bands getting tight on the weekly time frame, which normally indicates a large movement is coming. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands get tight, large movement. Bollinger Bands started getting tight, large movement. And if we look on this time frame, on the daily time frame, Bollinger Bands are getting tight, and we also have it on the weekly time frame, the bigger time frame, the bigger pictures for the bigger moves. As you guys can see, Bollinger Bands getting tight, big move. Now they were overextended because that move, but you can see they start curling in on themselves, big move to the upside, and again, Bollinger Bands getting tight, big movement to the upside. We also have the green weekly MACD, which is extremely bullish and correlates with these larger movements to the upside. We also have the daily super trend saying a buy signal, which also correlates with these larger movements. So between all of the technicals and all of the fundamentals, it is very, very clear that we could easily reach all-time highs, and that's why I released that video. So guys, AMC technicals are looking extremely bullish. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the fundamental data and then talk about APE technical analysis. So AI predicts AMC stock price for the end of the year. So basically, guys, what we're looking at is AI predicting the stock price. Now, you don't have to take this to the bank. I'm just putting this information out there because it is a data point. I take multiple data points and put them together and then critically think to come to my conclusion. Now, this is what I am looking at for this. It is saying basically a bullish prediction mid-year, basically where it was just a little bit ago. And then it's saying by the end of the year that it will be around $11.09. A total of 55% increase by the end of the year. So in my case, this is looking extremely bullish for AMC stock in my personal opinion. So guys, that is basically the gist of the article. You can go ahead and look it up if you want, but that is basically a summarization of the article, and I did want to point that in there as a data point for us to critically think about. We also have extreme bullishness in the option chain. As you guys can see, we have bullish options around the $15 call option strike price and the $11 call option strike price, which could give us a ton of gamma. And if we get above the $7, $8 range, range. It could give us a ton of gamma to push us to these levels. A possible gamma squeeze could allow AMC to get the momentum that it needs to push to the upside, especially with these recent market rallies that we have seen. The rallies in the overall stock market, that could give AMC the momentum that it needs to push up. But even if the overall stock market pushes back, AMC has been showing crazy relative strength even when the market pulls back. Another bullish detail about AMC stock. So let's go ahead and do the technical analysis for APE and then go ahead and wrap up the video. I do want to point out that APE is one of the most #1 shorted stocks, and I also did more of a deep dive on the technical analysis on Friday's video, so go ahead and check that out, link down in the description. But I'm going to do a brief technical analysis of APE and then go ahead and wrap up the video. As you guys can see, there is a ton of bullish fundamentals and data points coming out about AMC and APE stock. I also just covered an article where they said APE was going to increase 150% from the current price now, which would be extremely bullish. And I do think that once AMC takes off, APE will take off with it. I think that APE is a lot more shorted than AMC. I think that APE is a lot more manipulated than even AMC, and that's why it's the #1 most shorted stocks. If you look at its short interest legally reported, it's not saying that, but I think they hide their short interest, and obviously it's coming out, and some people do know about that. It's on Yahoo's Finance's #1 most shorted stock list, which is basically a short squeeze screener. So let's go ahead and look at the technical analysis for APE and then wrap up the video. So guys, basically what I'm looking at is APE is we are on this uptrend. This is a small uptrend. We got a strong bounce off the $1.60 range. I'm looking for that to hold as support, or $1.50 to hold as support. If APE does seem to come down and want to close that gap below us, I don't think that's a very possibility because we keep having these higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, but I would pick it up right away. That'd be like a buy of the century. But as you guys can see, we keep having higher lows. So here's a low, here's a low, and here's a low, and they're all higher than each other, and we keep having higher highs, higher highs. So what do you think is the next data point? It's going to be a possible higher high. As you guys can see, bearish momentum is dying out on the 4-hour. We starting to get the crossover on the MACD to the bullish side, and then in the daily, it's starting to die out. As you guys can see, it's starting to get the peak of the bearish wave, and then we're going to start getting the bullish wave. RSI is almost oversold and extremely low, which means we have a ton of room to run to the upside, and buyers will be stepping in at these levels because of the RSI levels. As you guys can see, there's a ton of bullish fundamentals for AMC and APE. As you guys can see, we are still in an uptrend on APE. I do think it's highly manipulated. It's a highly risky play. There's a lot of risk, but when it comes to risk, there is a lot of reward. I just gotta keep it real with you guys. Always keep it 100. And again, don't trust me. I'm just some guy on the internet. Do your own research, do your own TA, do your own DD. But if you want, you can go ahead and check out mine. But in my personal opinion, APE is bullish. We're in an uptrend. AMC is bullish. We're in an uptrend. We have insane improving bullish fundamentals like the beat on earnings. We have bullish stock news coming out about AMC. We have the options chain loaded up where AMC could explode at any minute. We have on the threshold security list, instead of just popping on and off of it, we are steady on the threshold security list. We have the cost of borrow rate at over 100%. So it is costing the shorts every single day to hold the stock, and it costs us nothing, and it's costing them more and more and more to short the stock and borrow the stock, and it's putting a ton of pressure on the short positions. We have the downtrend on the market putting pressure on hedge funds, which could cause market capitulation and cause margin calls. We have the bullish fundamentals like the beat on earnings. We have more legal short interest, reported short interest than ever. And we have the technicals on absolute fire, and that is why I said AMC stock could easily get to all-time highs or higher in the near future. So guys, that is the video. Hopefully you found it informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this, and again, you could check out my Discord. It's absolutely free. I drop stock picks there. You can ask me questions, all types of things, and you can check me out on Twitter. Everything I'll link down below in the comments in the description. So as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. Hopefully you found it informative. I know I did. If you did, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe for more content like this, and again, you could check out my Discord. It's absolutely free. I drop stock picks there, live streams. You could ask me questions, anything that you can do on Discord, you could check it out there. Also check me out on Twitter. The links will be down in the comment section in the description below, and also the videos I mentioned will be linked down there as well. So again, hopefully you found the video informative. Go ahead and drop a like, and as always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.